I don't know, I just feel overwhelmed. Hey guys, so what we're talking about is that I just wanted to give you guys an update on different things that I've been going through and stuff like that. I've talked to you guys about how I've been very overwhelmed with the current financial situation of my condo. I mean, a lot of Miami condos are going through this right now. My building is in a particularly not great situation because we don't have reserves and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, I mean, without getting rehashing everything, but basically, to put in perspective, our apartment went from last year a maintenance of $390 a month to this year $600 a month, and kind of one way or another, higher insurance, reserves, all that, we're probably going to be at around $1,500 a month next year, plus an assessment dealing with the 50-year recertification of our building. And this is a building where at one point our maintenance was our total dues of the month was $200. So basically over the years we went from $200 a month to probably around $1,500 a month, which is insanity. And so this is a simple building. We have a lot of very simple people that live in this building. I've been over that before. A lot of people are on very fixed incomes. So this is coming as a big surprise to a lot of people. And it's affecting, me and my family in the sense of we're now trying to figure out what to do. Do we stay here and try to figure out how to make up the difference in the money? Or do we move somewhere where we can own a property that doesn't have these types of expenses? You're just paying for your taxes essentially, and electric and garbage pickup, and get out of this situation. And that is starting to sound ideal. Obviously, we're a little bit concerned about how easy it is now to sell here and how long that could take. In other words, you just list the property and then hope it sells within a year. So we're dealing with that. And then you start to wonder, if I don't list now and I wait till the apartment has a maintenance and dues of over $1,500 a month, am I at that point not going to be able to sell the property? So we're dealing with that. And yeah, I do YouTube, but I don't want to get into exactly what I do, but I do work a mainstream job. And I'm not ashamed to say that, before this happened with the dues of the building, we were getting by very comfortably. I was able to spend extra money and go on trips to Universal, Disney, all that. And now it's at a point where, I may have to get a second job. And I'm someone who, I have a master's degree, I have a bachelor's degree, and my first job is within spectrum of an education, but it doesn't pay enough. And I'm not ashamed to say I may have to go out and get a second job. I may have to work 2 jobs, and then if I find a job that kind of works with my current schedule, then the second job, I mean, it could be, any lower end job that you probably don't need a degree for. And I'm not ashamed in that sense of I've always grown up on that line of, there's no shame in, having a job and making money. It's just that if I do that and I gain the secondary job, then I'm going to be completely exhausted because I have no idea how I'm even going to work that in, ideally on a weekend or whatever. But and then basically every dollar is going towards just staying in this situation of living in the reality of living in a condo in Miami. And when your monthly dues start to equal I would refer to it as the beginning rate of renting, you start to wonder why you're owning. And I say the beginning rate because, everyone always complains about you start to rent and then the next year they raise your rent. But if that's kind of the dues that I'm looking at, then why am I owning? Because I'm still paying taxes. So, and I've also talked to you guys about how the elevator hasn't been working and all that, and now I'll show you guys very briefly the elevator. One of them now broke, so now we have one technical real elevator and one service elevator that's broken every other day. So one elevator, and all of the maintenance and different things that are going on don't account for servicing of those things, because that would be an additional cost. So we're in this situation where we're trying to figure out if we're going to start to move in that direction of selling and leaving, and even if that's difficult to do. So even if that means it's a little scary going somewhere new and trying to figure out how much time you have left to find a property, you know, somewhere to put your money into, and again, finding new employment, is that still a better decision than to stay here and to continue to deal with this train wreck? So we're dealing with that, and I'm going to talk a little bit also about my car, you know, upcoming trips and stuff like that. And while I'm here, I guess I'll show you something I bought. Ironically, you would think, like, why am I showing you something I bought if I'm talking about money? To be honest about how I'm able to buy nice things. So on my credit card, and I'm not overspending on my credit card, I just tend to budget myself with my credit card. They give me like rewards, you know, for using your credit card. So I save up my rewards and I cash them in for gift cards. And that's a lot of times how I'm able to buy nice things. I'm not like going to the store and heavily shopping when I know that I'm dealing with financial things. So good time to show it. This is my first time opening it. I was able to get a Levi's jacket. It was regularly $120 and it was on sale for about $47. And then I had a gift card for $50. So with tax, I paid a difference of like $1. And because I don't like, I want to be able to show you guys how I like buy things. You know, if that makes sense. You know, how are you showing us hauls and buying things when you know that, you know, you're struggling financially? But I got this jacket. I like it. It is orange. It is nice. I like it because I really like Levi's. So this was regularly $120 and I got it it was on sale for $47, and again I had a gift card. So I wanted to be able to like show you guys like how I buy things, because I don't want to be like, how is this girl going out and buying things and shopping when she's talking about things that she's going through. So this is the jacket that I bought. I think it's really nice and I really like Levi's. I'm just like looking at it in the mirror. It's nice, huh? So it's quite nice. I like it. I'm glad it fit because I was not really familiar with I've bought from Levi's a lot, but not their sizing when it comes to jackets and stuff. So I'm just gonna like put that away and then show you, you know, my car a little bit and like the elevator. So let's just continue and talk and walk.
It's after 5, so
yeah. I mean, what I was just talking about, because I'm filming, with my dad is that the reason that our building is dealing with this super high insurance issue, check I didn't lose anything, is because the building was not managed correctly. Basically, I mean, the building is in bad shape aesthetically, how it looks, as well as things that need to be corrected here. That plus the reserve issue, in other words, that's a whole other conversation. Why doesn't our building have reserves? Why did this happen? That insurance, the 50-year recertification is a, you know, another issue.
We're also 5 years beyond the 50-year.
Yeah, so I don't even know how we're like on extension with that, or how exactly that works. I mean, so I'm just gonna walk and talk a little bit. So regarding my car, I have an older car. Our car's from what year? 2010. I don't owe anything on it, because that's a good point, but it's an older car. It has a lot of problems. It's had a lot of problems since the day I got it. And I have been consistently putting money into the car with car places. It's not like I've just like let it go. Like I've paid thousands and thousands of dollars to a car place. And I don't want to say the car place name, but a new car place. Like not like, you know, some mom and pop place, which probably honestly would have been better, but a fancy car location. And I'd hear a lot of similar stories from a lot of people. It's not like I'm the only one who's said this type of stuff, that you'll give them, you know, $2,000 a car place to fix A, B, and C with the car. It seems to be working. 2 weeks goes by, and all of a sudden it seems to either slow down again, whatever the issue was, like the AC, or it breaks. So I have paid for a number of things to be corrected with my car, including AC, power steering, right? Everything with the car, basically. Fuel injectors, everything. And every single thing that I've paid for with the car has broken. And some people will be like, oh, well, maybe it's the car. No, it's not the car. It's broken because it's broken. They did a poor job and they tweaked it or did whatever, or maybe, you know, you hypothesize there were faulty parts. I'm going to insert a photo. There was they had done some work on the car. We took the car to the gas station. All the gas that we put into the car poured out, which was a very dangerous situation. We told the car place, they were like, oh, we just didn't like fasten the mechanism tight enough, some excuse like that. And now once again the car is having problems, not at a level that's dangerous like that, but things like, for example, my AC is now out, which leads me to my next point. I had a Disney trip, a cheap reservation planned at the All-Star Resorts because I wanted to go up there and get content for you guys. And no, it's not my favorite resort, but you know, I thought it was affordable, which it was. And now I'm in a situation where I would have to literally rent a car to go up to Orlando because, and the irony is that the car rental is coming out to almost the same price as the trip was going to cost me. I think like the total cost of the trip for like 3 days was like $500, and a car rental is pushing like $250. So I'd have to spend more money, and I'm okay with doing something like that if, number one, I'm in a better financial position, and two, maybe it's like later on in the year and more planned out trip, I factor in the car as part of the price, because people, you know, have to go on planes for trips for that matter. But, you know, my car needs AC to go up there. I can't travel up there if I don't have AC. I can barely make it down the street. It's like over 90-degree weather here in Miami. So I decided to cancel the trip, not because I didn't want to go, but 2 reasons. One, the financial situation I'm dealing with. It's probably not the smartest thing to be charging up more on your credit card right now. And 2, my car has no AC. So I didn't want to deal with that. So that's the honest reason, and I will try to do more things for you guys that doesn't involve spending a huge amount of money right now. You know, just try my best right now and the types of content I could get for you guys.
This car, the car, the cost for the repairs they implied was about $9,000.
That when you look at the car, you know, it's a Camaro. It's a 2010 Camaro. You know, it looks nice from the outside. Actually has a lot of damage to it. We had an incident where we parked in a parking spot in a shopping center and the entire side of the car was destroyed, and they had to put a new side onto the car, which they did a decent job with. Like, you don't even notice it anymore. But considering the car doesn't have AC and it's got a lot of problems. I'm lucky it's running at this point, which I'm just, you know, lucky I can get to work at this point. So I'm kind of, you know, the more things that end up happening, the more you just kind of learn to like be okay with it, if that makes sense. Like, oh, my car doesn't have AC, but at least it's running. So dealing with that. What else? Oh, we were going to show them the elevator. The elevator is broken, so we're like kind of waddling back towards the building now. And you know, I need a car right now to get to work. So I'm not, and for that matter, if I move, I need a car. You know, because especially where we're thinking of moving to, everything's much more spaced out. So I need a car. So just trying to figure everything out, trying to calculate everything out. Still trying to be like positive with the situation. But I guess one of the things I could do would be to consider listing my apartment for sale, and then having the attitude of, number one, I'm listing high enough that I need to, because I need to have the ability to relocate. I can't like just like get rid of the apartment. So, and have the attitude, if I'm going that route, it could take, you know, a year to sell. So it's just a matter of, number one, coming to that decision, which I'm still working on in my head, and 2, then, you know, taking some steps in the apartment to make it a little bit more stageable, and you know, thinking about what? Selling? What am I looking at? The cars? Oh, that was from that incident. So we had a woman who lives in our building who unfortunately was under the influence of something, I don't know, and she came in extremely fast into this area here. She probably turned in here. I don't know how fast she was going, but she came in supposedly really, really fast. She plowed into like 7 cars. I'll show you a car now. This is one of the cars that she messed up here, but there were others that she just completely destroyed. And her driving had been an issue for a long time. And she used to like park like over there. But you know, unfortunately, my point with that is that people that live in this building, they don't have the money to
Show this one.
to deal with this. We also had a car incident happen here. You can actually probably find it on TikTok because it's like been going like viral. We had a car that ignited and it was really bad. We don't really know what happened. And this is someone's car, unfortunately.
This is an example of very average people that don't have a great deal of money.
Yeah.
You could tell by the little stuffed animal in the back of the window.
Yeah. That it was a very unfortunate situation that this car ignited. It was very, very, very bad. It happened in the middle of the night. We don't really know what happened. And it obviously, I would assume this is not drivable, right? No, it's destroyed. So it destroyed this car that was next to it. And this is, again, someone who was just getting by, who didn't, you know, probably have any money. And I don't really know what their game plan is with this right now. They may be trying to figure out a quote to get it fixed. If it still runs, I don't know. I don't know. You know, my point in mentioning that is not like to be like, I don't know all the full details of why their car ignited, but I'm just showing you that, you know, people are struggling in this building as it is, and we didn't need all this stuff to be happening now. So, kind of where I'm leaving this video is because I want to make very honest vlogs. I don't want to be the type of person that just comes on here and like shares content. It's like, let's go to Disney, because I feel like that's how most of your Disney vloggers are. I want to be like, this is what's happening, and we're trying to figure out proper solutions to the situation. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll try to make a more peppy video in the next couple days, but I wanted to share with you guys my honest mindset and everything that's going on. But thank you for watching, and I will see you soon in my next video, and bye.